So before I get to my top 15 favorite Doctor Who episodes, there's a little something I need to address. A few weeks ago, I released a video called my top 30 favorite Doctor Who episodes. Actually, I think it was called my top 30, no, not even top 30 Doctor Who episodes. Yeah. Anyway, after putting up the video, I received several alerts telling me that my video was blocked everywhere because of copyrighted content. This is to be expected. Obviously the BBC don't want people uploading whole episodes of Doctor Who on YouTube. It makes sense, and I was okay with this. Accordingly, I responded to the copyright notices, saying that yes, I was using footage from the show, however I was critiquing it, I was giving my opinion, I was talking over the clips, I wasn't using any more than a few clips per episode, if that, and it was all on a fair use, and finally, I didn't monetize the video. I was making not a cent off it. Or is that penny? Because no. After double checking and ensuring that my video did in fact follow the lines of fair use, making sure that I wasn't overlooking something or I wasn't breaking any laws, I responded to the BBC. And everything was okay. The video went back up and all seemed well. Until... Despite the fact that it's a 30-minute video of me singing Doctor Who's praises and I'm not making a penny from it and they're not losing any money for it, I'm not entirely sure what their reasoning behind taking the video down is, but what are you gonna do? The BBC are the BBC, I'm a 19-year-old dork in his bedroom who should probably be doing much more productive activities, but doesn't, because he's a dork. So, I regret to inform the thousands upon thousands of people who obviously were so desperate to hear my opinion about my personal favorite Doctor Who episodes, but I'm afraid I can't release either episode on YouTube. Perhaps I'll attempt to upload the first part again to somewhere like Vimeo or Blip, where monetization and such isn't taken so drastically. And if I do, there'll be a link right here. And if there's no link, then presume something terrible happened. Or I'm a lazy who can't be bothered to deal with the BBC's bull. Your BBC, you took down my favorite video! And now, for my top 15 favorite Doctor Who episodes. Number 15! Fires of Pompeii! David Tennant and Catherine Tate have undeniably amazing chemistry. They are by far my favorite duo in the entire series. This is a great episode that sees Donna and the Doctor going up against each other and their morals and their beliefs. Donna coming to terms that the Doctor isn't a god, but just a really smart, handsome guy who everyone wants to make out with. Also Capaldi. Number 14. The Angels Take Manhattan. You cried. I cried. We all cried. Also, this is an incredibly sick plot. I mean, people getting trapped in a hotel and then slowly just dying of old age. Moffat, you are a very sick man. Number 13, Army of Ghosts Doomsday. Do I even have to say why this two-parter is so great? I mean, it has Daleks, it has Cybermen. This is a Doctor Who fanboy's dream. This is Russell T Davies going full fanboy, which isn't a negative thing at all. A thing. Number 12, Midnight. The only thing scarier than a terrifying creature in plain sight is the one you can't see, and Midnight is a gem of an episode set on a planet made of diamonds. Was that a pun? This episode is creepy. Creeps me out. Still creeps me out. Also Merlin. I've never watched Merlin. Is it good? I don't know. He kinda looks like Scarecrow. A bit. Number 11. The End of Time 1. Let's face it. Let's face it. David Tennant was brilliant and we were all really upset to see him leave. And skeptical about the new guy. Number 10. Dun 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 dun. I love this episode. I think it's one of the best first Doctor episodes we've had. It's great. It shows Matt Smith saving the world in such a short amount of time. Well, it takes place over years. You know what I mean. Also, what really made this episode fantastic for me was that ending scene where Matt Smith proves he's the Doctor. I'd show it to you, but we all know how that would go down, don't we? Number 9. The one Neil Gaiman did. Let me let you in on a little secret. Me, horror movies, no scares. I'm not just saying that to look tough, because believe me, I am the least tough person I know. I just grew up playing so much Resident Evil and watching so many classic horror films that they never really fazed me. There is one movie to this day that has ever truly disturbed me, and that film is in fact Coraline. Neil Gaiman, you are one twisted individual, and I love it, and I love you. So when Neil Gaiman wrote a Doctor Who episode, you could bet that all that jazz was put in there. And that jazz is it's pretty good. I'm gonna walk away now.
Number 8. Listen.
Capaldi. Emotions. That bed thing. I liked it.
Number 7. Journey's End.
This three-parter is legendary. It saw all of the characters that Tennant and even Eccleston to some extent interacted with come together to culminate for one of the most explosive and amazing finales ever. It was truly brilliant, some beautiful moments.
Number 6. Are you my mommy?
Definitely my favorite Eccleston episode. I've always loved zombies, like a lot. Kind of been obsessed with them since a very young age, thanks to things like Resident Evil 2, 4. Wasn't such a big fan of 3, but I'll talk about that some other time. And that's essentially what the gas mask people are. They are pretty much zombies. Did I just say zombies? Also Captain Jack. Come on, you can't deny. John Barrowman is... He's pretty good. I'd take out a library card with him.
Number 5. Silence in the library. It's a given.
Gonna level with you. First time I saw this two-parter, I was like, okay, yeah, it's pretty good. But then, after River is truly introduced to us and we get to know her, going back and watching this episode is fantastic. It's truly beautiful, actually.
Number 4. The Waters of Mars.
Remember when I said I love zombies? Well, this episode did zombies +1. What do I mean by +1? David Tennant developing a god complex. This was brilliant. I could talk in great depth about why this is so awesome and why I love the Waters of Mars. And I would, if I could make some sort of video elaborating on best episodes of Doctor Who, but you know, we wouldn't want that now, would we?
And number 3. The one with Picasso.
I love this episode. If you've seen it, you know why I love it. It's beautifully written, it's beautifully acted, it's a really sweet, melancholy story, and you know I really like melancholy things. I've noticed that's kind of a running theme here. Vincent and the Doctor is great. That critique there, you know what, that's why I'm called Jack Junko Ace Reviewer, for that amazing, insightful insight. Yeah.
Number 2. Don't blink.
So, there are going to be 2 responses to this. What? Blink? Only number 2, not number 1? You have no taste. And on the other hand, you'll have, ugh, Blink at number 2? Oh, how original. I mean, seriously, what did I expect? I'm not gonna lie and say that Blink isn't one of my favorite episodes. It genuinely scared me as a kid. I honestly looked at statues after watching Blink and felt for my life at one point. I grew out of that. Obviously. Anywho, we all know why Blink's good, and if you haven't seen Blink, go watch it. It's pretty good. Surprisingly, for an episode that doesn't really have the Doctor in it, it's a great gateway episode. Same with Vincent and the Doctor. My number 1 episode, probably not the best gateway episode, but...
Number 1. The Day of the Doctor. Yay!
How could this not be number 1? There is not only fan service out the ass, but Tennant and Smith in the same episode. The banter and sheer epicness of the events in the Day of the Doctor are breathtaking, and like I've said with pretty much every episode on this list, I love it. I love this show. I wish I could really talk about this show in great depth and why each episode is so good and why. And there you have it. I'm really sorry that I had to do this like this. Like I said, if I manage to be able to post the first part again anywhere, I'll leave a link to it here. But here's a link to something video game related. Maybe you'll like that. Maybe. Or maybe you don't. In that case, here's something else that's also a video. No. I'm gonna put it there anyway. Right, I'm gonna go now. This is another one of those unscripted videos, so again with the outro. If you watched my my Daigyakutan Saiban video, then you'll understand what I mean. Or maybe you haven't, in which case maybe you should go watch it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you'll like it. People seem to like it.